Hey y'all, hey, come on in. It's ShayLifeTimeStory and I'm back here again. So today I wanted to come talk on a topic with you guys regarding Jupiter entering Gemini. Okay, yay! So it's officially Gemini season. I believe Gemini season started earlier this week, but now we're officially not only Gemini Sun, but we're having Gemini Jupiter. So with Jupiter being in Gemini, that actually settled in May 25th. Until it will actually be in Gemini until June 9, 2025. So a little bit over a year and a half, a year and some change. Okay, now with Jupiter being in Gemini, it is urging us to learn as much as we can about people around us, as well as learning how to share and connect with the knowledge we carry. Okay, so with this Jupiter and Gemini transit, you guys may feel this energy of feeling called to want to share knowledge and wisdom with people who are in your surroundings. Now, this is the thing: if you're in a space where you're not actually able to do that, that's where you're going to need to take an initiative and analyze over your group and your circle or your environment and see where y'all may not be aligning when it comes to the same thing y'all have interest in. Know that it's okay if sometimes you're in environments where you may have grown out of those spaces mentally, and you may have to open yourself up to be brought to another environment. Okay, so one of the strong point of views I want you guys to pay attention to is valuing intellect. So it's very important, like I said before, if you guys are in environments where you are with people who are not feeding your mind mentally, feeding you wisdom and knowledge that can help you elevate, 9 times out of 10 you don't need to continue to stay in those places and spaces, because with Jupiter being in Gemini, you're going to constantly feel this urge or this energy to want to take an initiative to be in environments where you can grow mentally and physically. So if there are spaces that are not doing that, release those spaces so that you can make room to be in better spaces that can serve actually what it is that you want and that you desire. Okay, so also during this time, there may be new opportunities for you to grow and succeed through intellectual and verbal and written experiences. Okay, communication and contact is very valuable during this time. So there may be a need for you to communicate with those people, more people in your surrounding, like I said before, and texting, calling, seeing how people are doing, just getting a heads up of how people's life is going. A lot of it can be business partnerships, relationships. It can be family, friends, and loved ones. Like I said before, it's a lot of just communicating and connecting. The next thing I have is, if you know within your birth chart that you have Jupiter in a air sign, doesn't matter if it's in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you may be experiencing where you are mentally on an adventure and is always ready. You are mentally always on the adventure, right? And it's always ready to learn and also be able to see many things from multiple perspectives. Okay, so with you having an air sign in Gemini, it's like you have a wide range of how you may look at things, because you understand mentally that you are always willing to learn and expand on things. Okay, that's if you have Jupiter in any sign of an air sign. Okay, so the next thing I also have is, if you are having a Jupiter in Gemini, all of these things you will see if you have if you pull up your birth chart. But if you have Jupiter in Gemini, you can attract great fortune when you choose to use your sociable, your curiosity, and your friendliness to bring ease to others around you. Okay, so if you have Jupiter in Gemini, you may come across a lot of fortune in your life when you spend the time actually being sociable, being curious, and actually being very friendly and fun with those outside of you. You'll realize you will find great fortune. You will find partnerships and relationships with people who can help elevate you in so many different areas of your life. One thing I would like to give a shout out to is my girl Puka. One thing about Puka, I love her story where she talked about how she went outside of her comfort zone to go to a park and just release her mind and do something different for herself. And in the midst of her going out to do something different for herself, she had an opportunity where she was able to receive some support by somebody who was actually at the park giving out a flyer regarding something that she actually needed help and assistance on. So prior to her actually going to the park and surrendering, choosing to trust in the source within her, she was already needing the help and assistance with something, but she just didn't know how she was going to do it. She just knew she had to surrender and just go with the flow. in the midst of her going with the flow, she had an opportunity come across to her. So while she was like at the park and engaging with just doing her, she was put in a space where she was actually brought upon great fortune. My girl is a Gemini. What you say? If y'all don't use her as a example of what Geminis be manifesting in your life, I don't know what to tell y'all. But if y'all want to learn more about Puka as well, Google her on YouTube at Puka Speaks. My girl, she share a lot of knowledge. She do talk a lot, but that comes with Gemini, okay? With a lot of us being Mercury babies, she's a Gemini, I'm a Virgo, baby. We deal with communication. It'll be a lot of talking when you come into our kingdom and where we at, okay? Because we enjoy sharing wisdom and knowledge, okay? So the next thing we have for a strong point of view is wherever you have Jupiter transiting in your birth chart, that is where you will be having an increase of joy in this stage of your life. So personally for me, I have Gemini in the 8th house, so there is a huge amount of joy I love experiencing when I go deep within knowledge, deep within things that I know I want to learn and expand and find more of. So if you don't know, 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, which is the placement of secrets, things that are hidden, hidden knowledge, the occult knowledge, the wisdom that is set within, the light within. It's like the depth that you experience to bring in new. So it's like something must die for something new to come in. That is what the 8th house is. So I understand the aspect of letting go of old mindsets so that I can allow a new mindset to serve me and put me on another direction. So with me having 8th house and Gemini, I'm okay with understanding that sometimes I may take things very deep, but I know I have to surrender certain mindsets so that I can expand my self-awareness. Okay, so that's my personal point when it comes towards my Gemini transiting through Jupiter. It will personally take a heat with me, like I said, in my 8th house, where I know I have to break away from things mentally that trigger me very deeply. I'm okay with that. I'm learning that. When you understand and study your birth chart, you will understand how most of these things apply in your life. Okay, Colette? So I wanted to share that with you guys as well. Now, before I get out of here, I want to share a little bit of some do's and don'ts of what you shouldn't be probably focusing on, or what you should be focusing on during this Jupiter and Gemini transit. Okay, so for the do's, choose to connect and repair siblingships, partnerships with classmates, neighbors, learning new things, and exploring new interests. This should be the things that you should be doing. Connecting and repairing relationships with siblings, connecting and repairing relationships with classmates, connecting and repairing relationships with neighbors, connecting and repairing and learning new things, okay, and exploring and doing things that you're more interested in, okay. Also, there's a need to improve in more communication and listening skills, okay. There's also a need to value opening up conversation with others, while also understanding that these conversations that you're choosing to open up with others, make sure they are not only serving their highest good, but your highest good as well. So make sure these conversations that you're having with people in your surrounding are truly fulfilling you and pushing you toward the direction of where you know you're trying to be elevating, okay? Also, the things that you should not be doing is speaking too much, sharing too much, talking too much too soon about things that you know you need to be getting done. Matter of fact, let's take a moment. If some of y'all are preparing to release certain things in your life or do certain things in your life where you're bringing new opportunities to the table, hush, don't share that stuff with so many people. If you want to talk to anybody, go and sit down and get your journal and talk to God. Go and give God gratitude and grace and thankfulness about all the new accomplishment that you're about to experience in your life, okay? Especially with this Jupiter and Gemini, when you communicate and talking to God and giving God the grace and the glory of all the things you appreciate, that is going to expand your awareness and expand your life in a way that you really will actually want to succeed more and more, okay? So not only should you not be sharing too much with too many people in your surrounding, but don't take on too many projects. When you're choosing to connect with people, make sure that when you're planning to get things in order or organizing like plans and new ideas to get things done, make sure you're not putting too much on yourself, okay? Expand and divide energy for others to play a role into certain things as well, because you don't want to take on too many things, okay? Make sure you're balancing out your energy. There's a need for you to practice breath work, movement, and meditation. I don't care if you started doing 5 minutes a day, started today, started tomorrow, but like I said, Jupiter will be in Gemini for the next year in a couple of days, a couple of days or some change, right? Up until June 9th. You guys need to be practicing meditation. You guys need to get a routine in when it comes to movement, breath work, and meditation, so that you can keep your mind at ease, because the mind is going to be projecting to you things in your surroundings that you need to get in order, things that are going to elevate and help you grow. The mind is going to constantly do this for you for the rest of the year. Give God that glory. Okay, that's why I said, if you want to talk, go sit down and talk to God. Get your journal, go by a lake, go in your car, go and sit in a room or a corner in your house. Get into it. Okay, get into it, because I know that's what I'm doing. Solitude is the best thing when it comes towards you trying to ground yourself and getting things in order. So outside of one more last thing that I want to add when it comes to things to not do is make sure your energy is not scattered everywhere. Especially with Gemini, like the way I'm talking right now, you could also talk very fast, and you could be talking about multiple topics from so many points of views. Calm that down. Get your conversation and things in order. Me, y'all, I had to write my stuff down today. I'm okay with that. Sometimes I have to write things down to get them in order, because your mind may jump and you may have other things or other ways you want to look at things. I'm a Mercury baby, so I connect with Gemini, and I understand us having this mutable energy of being able to jump from multiple ideas. Always remember, Gemini is a mutable sign, air sign, so they jump from multiple ideas. They're open-minded. They're very free. They're very curious. They're very open. They're very loving. They're, like I say, they're meant to bring ease to the environment of those in their surroundings. Okay, so I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you guys enjoyed your Memorial weekend, your 3 days off. For the guys, for people who is off for this weekend break, I'll see you guys on the next Spell Talk. I love you guys. Bye.